to think back a long time ago when I was a little kid, one of the first things that me and my brother really wanted to build was a skateboard ramp. We had this desire for extreme sports. We had this desire to do things that were a little crazier than normal. And my dad was always a very avid believer in letting us try things. And I'll never forget the first time that we wanted to build a ramp. He said, come up with a plan. And so we're like, okay, what does that mean? Myself, I'm super unartistic and I'm terrible at drawing. My brother decided, okay, I'm going to draw something out on paper. So he started drawing it out, showed it to my dad, and he said, okay, let's build it. So we built this ramp together. And it was such a cool bonding experience with my dad because I was able to learn what he loved to do and how he loved to create. And I got to see the passion and joy that he had for us growing up as a kid. And then we got to graduate. So we got to graduate to build our own ramp. So he just said the same thing. He said, I want you to come up with a plan. So he came up with a plan, and he put a little twist on it. He said, you can't use power tools. And my brother and I were like, what? I mean, granted, I was probably like 5 or 6 years old, I think, and my brother was probably 10. And so we were obviously shouldn't have power tools, but my dad said, regardless, you can try and build a ramp, you just can't use power tools. So we sawed, we cut, we hammered as much as we could possibly do to get this ramp built. And it turned out nothing like the plan at all. And I'll never forget my dad, when he came home, he looked at the ramp we built and he said, he didn't say it looked like crap. He didn't say you didn't do a good job. He looked at us and he said, I think we can build a better one. And that to me was such a cool thing because he could tell that we spent hours and hours and hours and hours trying to make this ramp. And it was completely unsafe, completely ridiculous. And he instead of saying, you know what, that looks like junk, let's build a different one, he just said, you know what, I think we can build a better one. And I also think my mom had a little part in that where she was like, Greg, you need to come home because they're building this ridiculously tall, skinny ramp and they're going to kill themselves. So I don't know that whole side of the story. We can let them tell that. But that's kind of how we started, and that's kind of how we started in construction. All right, so this will be the first video side of our Family Fridays. And hopefully we'll be doing more of these videos, and we'll also be doing pictures of family, friends, and their stories and where they came from and who they are.